Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. So as I keep getting these messages about wellness, we think of wellness as, how's our physical body doing? How's our energy levels doing? What's our caloric intake? What's our evacuation system like? Our digestive tract can dictate a lot of things. And so I want to talk about the emotional and mental digestive tracts today. And the importance of your thoughts and what they create within the physical, the energetic, the spiritual, the mental light bodies. So it has been really apparent the last, let's just go 12 months. We've had so many groups of people gain so much momentum by dictating what's about to happen, what's going to happen, why something didn't happen, what will be occurring, why it will be occurring, and who will be appearing when it occurs. And how we must fight the opposition in order to join forces with these groups and create all this resistance and stop everything in its tracks, as if we're crusading for all of that. And some of that stands true, but not always in the way that it's being put out here in our social media. So like attracts like. What that means is if you're working in an energetic residency with something, or intentionally working with something through your energetic residency, you're going to attract all of that to you. So if you're looking for reasons why and what might occur and what can give you that next, adrenaline rush to stand for something, it really can wreak havoc on a lot of things, because we're not relying on the me, myself, and I of the God source of what feels really truthful to us. Instead, we're willing to jump into groups and start to follow them. And what we wind up doing is creating more and manifesting more in that direction. And I don't know about any of you, but for me, it's been, this is going to occur on 11/11, and this is going to occur on 8/8, and this is what's happening on 10/10, and this is going to happen at the equinox, and then it's going to be a red month, and then it's going to be your horn of plenty is going to be empty, and then the solar system is going to do this, and it's just, the day comes and goes. And so the more you're reaching outside of yourself for these narratives, the more you're feeding them. And it doesn't necessarily mean that that's in the divine plan. And you're not going to know the divine plan if you're always outside of yourself, feeding into the plans of others. And what happens every time we do that? Pretty much, the date comes and goes. And then you've got people out there with big followings that want to, so-and-so's cards said this. Okay, but there's no way to prove any of that. There's just no way to prove any of that. And so we have to ask ourselves, How much mindless time and energy are we placing into watching other people on social media tell us their intel? Okay? And then how does that truly, truly feel? Because remember, your physical body is a physical filter of all the energies. And every time we step out of our heart space and we give our power over to those who are gaining momentum, and because they're gaining momentum and people are talking about it, it gives you something to join in and talk about too, instead of having the courage to step back and just say, okay. But you don't have to feed that narrative. Because once again, you're going outside of yourself for all of the information that's in this divine blueprint called your God Source Space physical vehicle, with its higher self collectives and all your guides from the God Source. But if you're tapping into everybody else's resources and perspectives and narratives, where are you? You're in no better place than when you started, because you're just constantly giving away your power. So every time you get disappointed, whether you shake it off or not, or there becomes this, well, this is why this didn't occur, and then this is going to happen, and then you listen to people really believing all of that. And you have a choice. You can either just follow that blindly, or you can step back and go, something's just not ringing for me. I'm just following another cliffhanger. I'm just always on the cliff. That's really not where I want to be, because that's not where my productive God self resonates well with. So I'm going to step back and I'm going to just detach from all this incoming information that isn't yours. I would strongly suggest, if you could find some like-minded friends that really believe that everything starts from within themselves, and they want to move foot by foot forward in that heart space of getting there with no judgment towards each other. I would suggest getting together with people like that for a cup of coffee or a tea, or to break bread. And you can do that via Zoom with them, FaceTime, and just really have some heart-to-heart, soul sister, soul brother conversations. But then take it back as in, okay, this was a great conversation. I don't really need to own any of it, carry it upon my persons anywhere. Or, that helped me to think and turn in a different direction. I appreciate that. But in the meantime, detach from all this incoming information that is really, it's no longer mind-blowing. What's mind-blowing is when I look and see that this person that started with 200 followers now has 50,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, and I'm like, what is happening here? There's a lot of things to talk and share without constantly talking about this vortex of endless nothingness that, if this person's alive, if these trials are going on over there, if the beings are working all over the place, how can I connect with the me, myself, and I of thyself and work with that DNA blueprint and then put my own print upon it? So my point here is, be careful what you're feeding. Be careful who you're associating with and feeding with. And if you have even a twinkle of a zzz, something's just a little off, trust that zzz twinkle, that it's off. And maybe step back and align yourself without all the incoming electronical EMFs and the persons attached to that, and attach yourself to the God Star, Mother Earth. And remember what I've said about going out in nature. Don't go out there and dump your crap. Oh, I feel so much better. I spent hours in nature. Did you leave all your garbage out there? Stop doing that. Stop. You go out with an energetic exchange, an energetic communion with nature, so that you're leaving where you have physically walked in a better flowing position than when you entered it. Maybe go in and clear out what other people have just dumped in there. Because as I've said before, Mother Earth's garbage disposal is done. She's done taking everybody's crap and recycling it and waiting for more. She's done with it. She's bringing it all up to the surface for all of us to see and make change with that. So please, take the time today to just connect with nature and just have a grateful heart for what trees and grass and sand or cactuses or the sun, the moon, the stars, people going to and from work, kids laughing and playing, just happy that you got 2 hands, 2 arms, or whatever it is that you can be grateful for, and stay in that space. And in that space, you, the me, myself, and I connect with thyself, the higher self, and all the contributing team that are here. They just might not be seen as clearly by some. And watch what gets developed. Maybe it's your sight, maybe it's your hearing, maybe it's more kinesthetic, more of a feeling and a knowing, you know? Maybe it's ideas that come in. Start journaling them. But lighten up, my friends. Lighten up and let go. Just breathe on that. Breathe with that. Take that all in, let that all out. Practice on doing more of that, oxygenating transfer. Because remember, you're transferring with the trees. They take in the carbon monoxide, they bring out oxygen. We breathe in the oxygen, we take out the carbon monoxide. So we're feeding. Or is it dioxide? I don't remember, but whatever it is, just be the filter, because the trees and the plants and the shrubs and the grass, all that are already filtering for you with the breeze. All the elements are there. Be with the elements and be with your elements, because without them you're not you, and without you they're not them. All right, so collaborate on a higher level. Much love.